Namaskar class, this is Xavier and Devashri Avasti. Today topic is DOMIL that is covered under the private international law. So, what do you mean by domil? A person is said to have domicile in the country where he resides permanently without any intention of relocating anywhere else. On the other hand, a person does not cease to have his domicile in a country merely due to the reason of temporary abode elsewhere. So, in a personal matter, basically, domicile is a governing law in a common law country. The fundamental difference between the two major systems of the world, which has not only an obstacle in the unification of the rules of private international law, but at the same time as a result in a bizarre result. On account of this difference, more often than not, the result of a suit depends on a fact as to in which country the suit has been filed. On the other hand, if the suit will be filed in the Indian court, the Indian court will decide the case on the basis of Italian law, the law of domicile of a disease. So, in accordance with the rule of Italian private international law, the Italian court will decide the matter on the basis of nationality. The traditional concept of domicile, however, has received criticism from reform agencies in England as well as in other countries which follow the English common law. This is mainly due to two grounds which were also pointed out in 1954. First report of the Private International Law Committee as follows. First, the contention relates to the revival of domicile of origin when domicile of choice is abandoned without obtaining a new domicile of choice, and the fact that there is a heavy burden of proof on the person who asserts the change in the domicile of origin, which seems to be irrational and unjustified. Second, the difficulty attached in proving the intention required to acquire a domicile of choice. The concept of domicile is crucial since it is a connecting factor traditionally used in common law system. There is no uniform concept of domicile, and so interpretation of its meaning is largely left open to the lex fori. Background of law of domicile. Roman law is considered to be the mother of the concept of domicile in common law. The term domicilium is derived from domum, collate, to foster or inhabit the home. Domicile is not any place of residence but a place of habitual residence. In the ancient time, the ordinary man, Decosis, had authority over him in the constitutory court in England, and a man's domicile in a decos was established by his habitual residence. The Bishop of Dios of domicile had jurisdiction in England. This includes probate and matrimonial jurisdiction. Even before the Matrimonial Causes Act 1857, the Court of Probate Act 1857, English statutes dealing with marriage characterize a place where a man dwells of his dwelling place, and domicilium is a habitation or a dwelling. Importance of domicile. Domicile Act has a connecting factor for various legal systems. Domicile can be used as a jurisdictional link, which is a prerequisite for assumption of jurisdiction by the forum or for recognition and assumption of a foreign court jurisdiction. Domicile determines an individual's right to vote, his right to hold public office, his entitlement to support in respect of various needs such as illness, or unemployment, and his liability to various forms of taxation. There is no person without a domicile because it is necessary to connect a person with some legal system to regulate his legal relationship. Principle governing the law of domicile. Basically, there are five fundamental principles which govern the law of domicile. These are: first, nobody shall be without a domicile by operation of law or domicile of origin assigned to every person at the time of his birth, that is, to legitimate child. The domicile of a person is assigned To an illegitimate child, the domicile of mother is assigned, and to a foundling, the domicile of a place where he is found or discovered, provided nothing is contrary to it, it is present. The domicile of origin continues until a new domicile, that is, domicile of choice, is acquired by the person of law. Second, a person can not have two domiciles simultaneously. Domicile connects a person with a single system of territorial law, but it does not necessarily signify a system that prescribes the same principle for all the classes of persons. Like in India, versatile rules apply to varied category of population according to their religion, race, or caste. There is a presumption in favor of continuance of existence domicile, that is fourth principle. Under English common law system, domicile of a person is to be determined according to the English concept of domicile, not in accordance with the foreign concept of domicile, subject to certain statutory exceptions.